for being here today. We appreciate that. It is a shame that it's at the end of the year because we did have some questions along, especially for AOC, and it'd been nice to ask them as we go because unfortunately we're going to forget some of them. But JD, I do feel like it falls on you. The buck does stop there, as we say, and I know Misha has heard that a few times. So you are no different. You're the director. And so, especially on the cancellation of the meeting that you had just discussed a little bit, it was frustrating to find out that judges were in line to come talk to us. There were so many things that we would have liked to have continued, some specifics that we couldn't get to today, like programs, some questions. I know Garrett's Law was one of them. We'd like to have just heard some, not to know how they might rule on some things, but maybe see how, I mean, they've gone to some training and to some courses to get some general conversation because we know of some legislation we're going to have to deal with that's coming up, some issues that are going to have to, unfortunately, policy we're going to have to law on. So there are some very important issues we're going to have to get to. Y'all see me take my glasses on and off. I have to see you far away, but I have to take them off to read because I have to see it close. So you're going to see me do that. But JD, I want to talk to you about the missing meeting. Do you have a copy of an email or something where you notified anyone about those judges that were actually on the docket? Because I know they were. They actually were committed to coming to that meeting. Did you notify anyone at this body or at the Bureau that you actually had confirmed that? Because they were prepared to come the day that we were actually confirmed and had set aside that day to be here, because I drive a long ways to be here. So I don't have anything that says the justices were prepared to be here that day. Did you email anyone here that says they were coming? Or at the Bureau?
As I said, Senator Conn-Smith, I had prompted by some question about the continued scheduling of the meeting, called the committee staff and asked that question, is the meeting happening? And so that's what I was writing in response. But no, I did not, and that's a failure on my part. And in retrospect, in terms of how all of this happened, that would have been better practice actually to get in direct contact by phone with your chairman, is what should have happened. So that's my failure, and I'll take responsibility for that. And I should also say, Senator Clark, if I said anything that suggested any sort of disrespect, dissatisfaction, or lack of appreciation for Ms. Holliday, I apologize, because that's actually the exact opposite of what I was trying to convey. She has been extremely helpful and attentive in terms of communicating on your behalf, and actually on our behalf. And so if I said anything to indicate otherwise, I would apologize to both to her and the committee.
I know that Ms. Holliday has, at the Bureau, she has a staff for our chairman. She will do, I mean, she is probably one of the most efficient people. When I say that, I just want to not only echo that, but the reason I say that is when we make contact with her to notify us or make any change, the chairs are always notified. So you'll see this communication that's like around the world to do one little thing. You're going to get tons of emails or to get contacted. And I say that because in communicating with Justice Wood, one little change, you have to get lots of communication. So I appreciate her for that because no one's left out of that communication. It affects everyone. And I appreciate that as well because we all know what's going on. But specifically to that specific day, I was shocked to find out that the justices were supposed to be there that day. And they were shocked that we didn't know it as well. And so I just want to say that in all of us, that we wanted, you know, when we found that out, I just want you to know that that whole day, we could have had so many things done. But Karen Holliday, to find out that she called at least, I think, 3 times and trying to find out, and no one returned her call. No one responded. I just think that's unacceptable, personally, as a legislator, to have no one from your office respond to her. I do not understand that. I just don't understand that about your department or your agency to not respond to her to handle that committee meeting that's scheduled. It's just not acceptable to not pick up the phone. Somebody in your agency, but especially use the director. You've got to, but I want to go to the next thing about the governor. Yeah, but the governor's office is what I want to ask next. Who the